easy go.
What is going on, everybody? iFell here. This is actually the first video I've ever made with my face, doing a video of myself. So those of you who find me hideous, I apologize. But those of you who may find me as a sexy beast, you're welcome. So basically what I want to do here in this video is kind of go over some hard scoping and different sniping things, mainly for Warzone or Plunder. I don't do a lot of quick scoping, once in a while, but I'm not super great at it. I mainly play Plunder, Warzone, which is, usually further ranges. But I see a lot of things that people do that I consider to be mistakes. So I just want to talk about a few things, kind of get them out of the way. So hopefully it'll help some of you guys out that are maybe struggling. For some of you who are veterans at the game, are already pretty good at sniping and whatnot, then some of this might be common sense to you. But even if you're not, it might seem like common sense. But I notice a lot of people struggling with certain things and things that they're doing that are getting them killed quicker. Not that I'm the best sniper in the world. I'm far from it, but I feel like I do decently. So if I can help anybody out with this, great. And what you're watching in the background is just some of my sniper shots that I've taken, and just kind of a montage of different things. So first off, I notice a lot of people stay in their scopes for way too long, and they just stay there. They scope up and just stay there in their scope. They don't move. If you're having a sniper battle, especially if it's a one-on-one sniper battle, don't just stay there scoped in on the guy, and don't expect that you're going to kill them and they're not going to kill you. You want to move around. So what I try to do is I try to find cover that I can duck behind and then pop my head up and then move. So what I'm trying to do is, when I find some cover to duck under, I'll duck and then I'll pop up and I'll see him, and I'll kind of start moving my crosshair toward him every time I pop up just a little bit. And you'll notice in some of these clips that I'm doing that. So I find cover, I'll duck down, and then I'll raise up, get my crosshair on him, and I'll duck almost immediately, and they'll usually fire, and then it'll go over my head. And I'll move whatever I'm ducked behind. Make sure whatever you're ducked behind, when you duck behind it, they can't see the top of your head, because what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to move to the left or move to the right when you're ducked. So when you pop up, you're in a different location, and it might not be far for them. They are still having to adjust their scope on you, right? You know they're standing still. Majority of the time they do, and if they don't, if they actually move around, well, then continue to do that until they stop, because at some point normally people will stop to keep a beat on you. So, but from what I've seen from the people that I think need the most help, they will just stay there in their scope. So you get up, you get your beat on them, you duck, you move to the left, you get up, get your beat on them. Sometimes you might get the beat right then and fire. You know they're not moving. So you know if you need to move to the left, you need to move your scope more to the right, because you can't see them when you're ducked either, right? But you know their vicinity. So if you duck down, you move to the right, you know you're going to need to move your crosshair to the left. And that's what I do, and it works, seems to work pretty well for me. Don't just stay there and expect that they're not going to pop off and get a headshot on you. There's a lot of really good people who are good shots in the game, but not all of them really, I guess, have a certain plan on what they're doing other than just scoping in on you and hoping to get you. Whether they're a good shot or not, this works well. And just practice doing this, because once you get good at it, it doesn't matter usually how good a lot of them are. So you duck down, you pop up, you duck down, you pop up, and the little white dot in your crosshairs that are planted on your screen, when you scope in, your crosshairs will be where that white dot is. So a lot of times what I'll also do is I will put my dot, I'll raise up without scoping in, and I'll just put my white dot on their head, and then I'll duck down and I'll move. And I know when I pop up, it should be in the right, pretty much level with where their head is. I might have to move it to the left or to the right just a little bit. But still, because what that's causing you to do is you raise up, right? You're getting a beat on them, and then you duck, and then you move. they're expecting you to pop in the same place. I see people do that too, pop up and down, but they're doing it in the same place. It doesn't help. As soon as especially if you're doing it at a certain pattern, boom, 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 like people are gonna, okay, and then they'll pre-fire, and you'll pop up and land right in their bullet. So scope up, duck, move to the left, scope up, fire if you think you got the shot. If not, duck down, move to the right, pop up, beat on them, and then fire. See, what that's doing is, if you're both sitting there staring at each other with your scopes up, you both have a 50-50 chance of firing, right? Maybe more depending on if somebody's better. What this is allowing you to do is it's getting away from that fairness. It's giving you more of an advantage because they don't know where you're popping up. You do, right? So they have to keep adjusting their sight on where you're going to be. But they're staying in the same place, so you pretty much always know where they're going to be. So it does give you an advantage. So try that. Should work. That works the best for me. Sometimes you can't get away from. You can't always find cover by ducking behind, right? Sometimes it's, say, a building or a wall, and you have to say this is the wall, and you're here. Sorry, the camera's backwards, so I get a little confused. I get easily confused. So say here's the wall, and you got to pop out, and you're scoping in on. Well, the problem is, I mean, you can still do this, right? But now your whole body's exposed, and if you pop and you keep popping out in the same place, at least try to back up a little bit so your head angle is in, a different spot. If that's how you have to do. Not only that, but go around to the opposite side of the building and keep doing that if you have to, and then raise up and shoot them. But the best thing to do is to try to have something that you can duck behind. That's not always going to happen, but that's the best thing to do. That way your whole body is not exposed coming out from a building. So next thing, if you are sniping with a buddy, so if like 2 or more of you guys are sniping and one of you goes down, instead of continuously sniping, so say you're having a sniping battle with anybody, if it's 1, 2, 3 people, say you both are friends and you're both sniping or whatever, say you're on a rooftop or wherever, and you're sniping at one guy. If your partner goes down, instead of continuously sniping that person, immediately help your partner up. Because what I've seen a lot that's happened, and I've downed somebody and I've been like, oh, he's going to help his buddy up, but he doesn't. He continues to snipe, and then I snipe him, and then it's a team wipe, or vice versa. So if you go down or your teammate goes down, if you go down, hopefully your team will help you up. If your teammate goes down, instead of continuously sniping, help them up first. Because if you don't, you could cost, the battle or fight, you're both going to get killed and you're going to get team wiped. So if he goes down, immediately help him up, and then both of you continue to snipe. Don't just assume that you're going to kill that guy, because he may be a better sniper than you. It's happened to me a lot. So, yep, he goes down, help him up. Get up, continue to, even if he goes down immediately after you get him up again. Just keep doing that. Because if you don't, you're both going to die, and then you're going to, lose. So, obviously, always take cover while sniping. That seems like common sense, but I see a lot of people that don't do that. I'll see guys running straight through a field, and they'll see somebody and they'll stop and they'll fire, which is fine as long as you continue to move. But if you raise up and you fire and you just sit there in your scope and you rack another round in and you fire again, like you're just a sitting duck. Now if you run, you see you raise, you ADS, boom, you fire, you drop back down, you continue to move forward, raise up, boom, fire, continue to move forward until you can find cover. But don't just stand in one place. I've seen a lot of guys do it, just stand there in their scope, just firing in the middle of the field. I don't know why. So yeah, just don't do that. You'll probably survive a little bit longer, maybe a lot longer. Another obvious thing, try to make yourself, just like the whole ducking behind a barricade or something, try to make yourself the smallest target as you possibly can. Right? Even if you're laying down, you think you're a small target, but if they're above you and they're looking down and you lay down, you're spread out. So they see a line, right? They see your body line. So you're not actually a smaller target. So just crouch, do whatever you got to do to make yourself smaller. Find the cover that's, going to be best for you. Whatever the situation holds, just don't stand in the open. Try to make yourself a smaller target. And again, with the whole ducking and moving, try to make the guy you're fighting have to adjust to you, not you to him. That gives you an upper advantage. So if he's just staying still, which this is for those guys who pretty much just stay still in their scope, right? A lot of guys who play really well usually move and bounce or whatnot, but it's crazy how many I see that don't do this. Try to make the other guy adjust. Like I said, that gives you the upper hand if they have to adjust to you. Yeah, you're moving, but they don't know where you're gonna be, where you're going to pop up from. So make them have to move, even though you're moving a lot and they just barely have to move their scope a little bit. It's still enough that could possibly help you win the battle if you're making him guess. But yeah, don't just stand there in the same spot all the time and shoot in the same place, even if it's just a little bit of movement or a lot of movement. If you continue to snipe somebody and you're not hitting them and it's a full team, say you're by yourself, they know right where you are. They're just all going to come and kill you. Chances of you surviving, unless you're insanely super good, you're probably going to die. So take a few shots. If you miss, just completely move locations. Wait for them to move up. Try not to be seen. Wait for them to move up to where you were, where they think you are, and then start shooting them from a different angle from behind. You know, keep them guessing. Never assume that you're a better sniper. I've made this mistake myself. I've gotten cocky and I've been like, man, I've killed like 12 guys sniping them, you know, or something. I just can't lose tonight, you know. And then there's that one guy I'll raise up on and he'll raise and I'm like, oh, I got this dude, and I'll fire and I won't do my thing. I won't duck and move, lift and fire, duck and move, lift and fire. I'll just stay there because I'm like, I got this guy. Boom, I'll get headshot like instantly. I was stupid of me. So just never assume that you're a better sniper, that you're going to get that kill. Just do what you can to kill, but to survive at the same time. I have a little list I actually put on my phone here, so it takes me a minute to read. I'm a little blind. Oh yeah, and never look around the map or around your surroundings in your sniper scope. You're just giving your position away. Even if you use iron sights, when you ADS your iron sights, you still get a little bit of a zoom. Enough of a zoom that you can still make out silhouettes or people, right? In certain distances, you know, as far as what you'd be wanting to snipe. So raise up. What I like to do is I usually carry like an assault rifle, and then my secondary is my sniper SMG, depending on what I'm doing. So I'll usually run around with my assault rifle until I'm ready to snipe. Never run around with just your sniper rifle. I mean, you can, maybe you're good at it, just raise up, boom, maybe you're super good at quick scoping. I'm not, so I run around my assault rifle. You never know what's going to come around the corner. Two guys come around the corner, you got a sniper rifle in your hand. Even if you quick scope one, chances are the other guy is going to kill you even if you're down to one. So I see a lot of people doing that too. They run around everywhere they go with their sniper rifle in their hand, whether it's HDR, AX50, Car 98. I know the Car 98 is a little easier to do that with because you can quick scope fairly decently with Car 98, but people who are doing with the HDR, you're going to be screwed. Just keep that assault rifle in your hand or whatever else you have, not your sniper rifle, because somebody pops out of nowhere and you know that's what you got in your hand and they're close, you're probably going to die. Yeah, but don't survey the area in your sniper scope. You just give your position away, and if your team's around you, you're giving their position away. So only raise your scope up when you're ready to kill somebody, when you're ready to shoot somebody. I see that all the time too. People just surveying the area in their scope, and then 20 guys can see right where they are, right? And then everybody's shooting at them. They're like, oh, what the heck? So use your other weapon to look around the map, scope around. If you see somebody in the distance, then pull out your sniper rifle and then fire. So I think that's pretty much about it for now, guys. I hope this could help somebody. I know, like I said, a lot of this sounds kind of like common sense, but it's not for everybody. Like, not everybody understands some of these things. So hopefully I can help somebody out. And hopefully you enjoy the rest of the video here. If you like it, you know, subscribe, like. If you don't like it, let me know too, please, in the comments. So it helps me understand what everybody likes and how to make better videos. So I appreciate you guys watching, and till next time.
Fucking sniper rifle, because he sucks at getting close to people. some ammo if you need it.
Thank you.
I'll drop it into the area. Watch the skies.
Yeah, it's so hard to lead a chopper. So hard to lead a chopper. Dang it.
Piano, güey.
Ah! Bounced off the fucking edge, man.
Dropped him.
Fuck, I got him down again. His buddy keeps helping him up.
You gotta get him with the 2 for 1.
Oh, I got them both. Yeah, fuck
Nice.
bitches.
That too, that's a pretty good one. But no, this one's about guns. He's pretending to be a liberal that wants to do common sense. I'm doing air quotes here. He wants to do common sense gun laws.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Yeah, this is slightly too low.
Yeah, just barely though.
Enemy dropping into the
Oh,
AR.
dude. I fucking...
Let's say, well, fuck you out, boy. Come on now.
Soul dropping into
Oh,
the
I
area.
downed
Watch
him.
the skies.
Team wiped.
Had a crouch kill, so.
Enemy UAV
Oh,
overhead.
wow. I did not expect to get that guy. Oh, there's a guy up there with you on the roof, very top. I just got a shot in his face.
Easy go.